Hopefully you can see where I'm going to be doing the reading at today for this live. So thank you for joining. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being subscribed. If you're not, consider subscribing, or at the bare minimum, do like the video because that is an energy exchange, okay? As we go through this reading. So yesterday was our full moon. I did several full moon readings, so if you were impacted by that, please do check those out. And today is, it's the morning after, right? When everything has become clearer. Perhaps for some of you, your cord cutting rituals have succeeded in shedding what has been weighing you down. Okay, so let's get into the cards and see what other messages there are for you today. If you are in the chat, please do be respectful so I don't have to remove you or ban you from the channel. That's pretty self-explanatory, but I have to say that as a disclaimer because the kind of show I'm running is on my rules, right? And sometimes you have to lay down the law, or else people think they can just walk all over you and steal what is yours. There's a lot of copycats out there. There's a lot of thieves, blatant copy pasting type people, right? Because if they ever had an original thought in their head, well, Lord, I'll be damned, the world might have to stop that day. But we all know the world doesn't stop. And in the meantime, the collective just keeps working, don't they? Right? So yeah, things might not look fair all the time, right? Because when you have copycats and fake imitators around, well, they jumble up the channel, right, that gets broadcast out there to the masses. But again, the collective isn't somebody who can just be ran over. The collective is going to stand up and be counted, okay? So that's part of this message today. All right, so it might start raining here again. It's been on and off showers. I feel like I'm living in Florida or something. It's like the sun is over my neighbor's house, but it's raining on my on the back deck. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the Ethereal Visions deck to get started today. All right. I think I'm going to keep it fairly simple for you guys so we can get some oracle messages as well. All right, so that'll be our clarification today. I did do a late night reading on the full moon, and I posted it to the community tab if you are looking for that, where I did strictly tarot messages. I did not do any oracle messages. So what do we have today for this collective that they need to know? First card for the collective, the Chariot, Cancerian. We're just exiting Cancer season, right? So that's very interesting, putting that in our past. Maybe some of you have arrived at a new home. And like you left your old town behind kind of thing. Like you put that in the past. You allowed, spirit and your guides to carry you where you need to actually be, right? And, that landing, maybe you were coming in a little hot, right? Alrighty. What else do we have for this collective? The High Priestess. Wow. So for some of you, this move has allowed you to tap into your higher purpose, okay? For some of you, this could even be you started noticing certain things about yourself, like maybe, when you're walking through the house, it's like, I never used to hum that tune, but now all of a sudden I'm humming this tune, right? It's because source and your vibrations are in alignment, right? So that you're now able to experience these things, where maybe in a different environment, if you're walking around the house humming, somebody would have been like, what are you humming about? What are you so happy about? What are you singing that song for? Right? And cause you to hide it, right? But where you're at now, you don't have to hide that from anybody. And it's them who looks really stupid, right? Sometimes these karmics really don't know how stupid that they are. And it's a shame. But, a lot of people waste potential. It's not your job to fix everybody, collective. And since you've gotten out of the way, or those people have been put out of your way, right? You're now stepping into what makes you great. Okay? So for some of you, other people could have been blocking you from speaking. Maybe they're like, no, we don't want little Susie to do the tableside prayer because we know little Susie's not going to do it right. It has to be done by, Jim over here. Well, how would you ever know if you never gave little Susie a shot at it, right? And God forbid little Susie doesn't have as much experience as Big Bad Jim, right? Okay. Do you see what I'm saying? These people want to keep you small, keep you down, keep you minimized. Dare I say, these people have mental problems that really do need to be addressed by health professionals. And unfortunately, they project these things onto other people. And that's part of why you've been tapping into these gifts, saying, how all these people are running around acting isn't how I want to act. So maybe that's why you went quiet, right? Like, I don't have to speak out when all those other people are speaking out because they just look like idiots, right? I'm going to hold on to my peace until it's time. And now it is time. Now it is time. If you are in the chat, again, please do be respectful to others so you don't get removed. And if you are in the chat, please do like the video and help pass those messages around. Or consider subscribing to the channel if you are enjoying the tarot message. And if you're not, then maybe it's just not your message today. But for somebody, it's a very good one. 4 of Wands, looking forward, right? You're like, actually, my address kind of looks like this now. And to get through it, you need to get through these gates. If you don't have the passcode, I'm sorry, I just can't help you. Right? Yeah. Thunderous applause from the heavens, right? 8 of Swords and the outcome. All right, I was feeling that. Yeah, there's going to be people that think like, oh, well, what? They're not sharing with us. They're stuck up. What, you can't tell me everything you know. Well, when I told you what I knew the last time, did you ever frickin' listen? Right? You ever have that experience, collective? You have that one friend that keeps going back to so-and-so, I'm not trying to minimize the cycle of violence or anything, but it's like they keep coming back to you to pick up the pieces of their broken life, and you're like, look, I don't know how many more times I can do this, and in fact, I'm going to stop talking to you about it, because we all know you know better, I know better, you know better. Let's stop the facade. Let's stop the mirage. Drive on, driver. Next stop. Next stop, happiness? Okay, I'm down with it. So any little bitties that don't like it can just move on down the line, right? So yeah, you're going to get some snake oil salesmen coming to your door because they're going to be like, oh, well, look at that. The collective has a nice new house. Maybe they'll believe my bullshit now. Right? I was never around when they were growing up. I never even so much as sent them a birthday card or even acknowledged their presence. But you know what? Now, I got to go get me some. This is the greedy mentality of these people. And quite possibly why you cut yourself off from them and said, is that for my higher good? No? Well, then we're moving on, aren't we? Yet again. And let me count the ways. Could it be 8 times? These could be family members. These could be family members. I mean, when's the last time they helped you mow your grass, huh? Did they ever do that? Did they ever pick up groceries for you? Did they make sure you were fed or clothed? I am going to get first level confirmation here on these. So let's confirm on the Chariot card for this collective what they need to know. Looks like it stopped raining for a few moments again. The Judgment card. Yeah, not playing around. I feel like for some of you, this swift move, like happened like at a warp speed. It might have been one of those things. It's like, oh, that's the opportunity. It's open for 2 weeks. You got to make a decision, and you did it, right? So maybe you weren't able to tell a lot of people. You didn't put out the big announcement, right? You just went and did it. And these people are so upset. Yeah. And why? Because you're being celebrated, and they don't get to be invited to the party because they didn't know about it, right? Well, you know, what's that eye of the needle camel saying, right? Something like that. Kind of like that, right? Okay. Let's clarify this High Priestess card, please, for the collective. You know that song, Witchy Woman? Ooh, witchy woman. She's got the moon in her eyes. Didn't we just have a full moon? Six of Swords. Yeah, you not communicating to people, you separating yourself from people. It's giving you the clarity that you needed, right? Because, I mean, how are you supposed to hear yourself think if all around you are people all day long? They think they sound great, right? And you're like, I beg to differ. I'm getting the honky cat out of here. You know, the people that sit around congratulating themselves incessantly on how awesome they are. It's like, wow, you really haven't ever done work, have you? These are the kind of things that you're not telling these people that they're getting pissed about. And they're like, well, why didn't you tell me that? I feel like I got set up to fail. No, you just didn't frickin' listen the first time, did you? Because you thought you knew better than everybody. You thought you were better than everybody. And that's what they're trying to say about you, but it's not like that. You're just sitting back and watching it all go, right? I did a reading like this not too long ago. You know, it's these people, these codependents, these succubus type energies. And it's like, oh, now they're having to face their karma, their fallout from their decisions because the collective isn't there to bail their ass out anymore. They never thought about that. Isn't that funny? They just thought you were going to be around to sweep up their shit for the end till the end of time. I got news for you. The only person's shit I'm cleaning up after is my own and my fucking dogs. You know what I'm saying? Right? Here we go. Yeah, just pretty sure that's what okay. No, not too bad. 7 of Wands. So, yeah, this may come off as, it's so weird too. It's like you're keeping to yourself, but it's like you're in some like defensive, walled off kind of energy and people are noticing. But again, were they delivering food to your house? Did they ever give you a ride anywhere? Did they ever buy you a drink? Did they ever buy you dinner? Did they ever say good morning? Did they ever say good night? Did they ever wish you luck on anything in your life? I don't know about y'all, but I just hear a loud echo. Okay? That's these, it's, they have nothing to say. They can't. They can't. It's over for them. the collective moved on. It's like you guys moved, they're just now catching up, right? You know, it kind of reminds me of this restaurant I went to the other day. They used to only be open for dinner on Sundays. They were open during lunch hours. And I asked the guy, I'm like, when did this happen? And he made it sound like this has been going on for a long, at least as long as he had been there. So, you know, I missed out, right? But now I was there. But it's like that. You already done made your moves, and now everyone's like, oh, what happened? What happened? I didn't know that. As if you were supposed to consult them. Because the last time I checked, collective, the message I'm getting is that they were so freaking noisy you couldn't hear yourself think, that you had to get out of there. Okay? So don't be splitting hairs or crying over people that never gave two fucks about you to begin with. And their fake tears aren't going to work either. Trust me, I've seen it in action. And it wasn't even that long ago. I mean, it was a couple weekends ago. I was in Vegas. There was a man practically in tears, you know, telling his story to me. And then, you know, he's like, oh, can we go and spoon? I was like, I don't spoon with people I'm having relations with. He's like, oh, I go and spoon with my best mate. It's like, well, yeah, go find your best mate then. Like, get the fuck out of my face, you fucking loser. You know, he was lovingly talking about his stepchildren. I mean, who knows what his wife or girlfriend was doing back home, or gay lover. I have no idea. Do you know what I'm saying? It's fake. It's all fake. Drive up the sympathy, and then, oh, we got that collective because we know they're caring, right? You gotta watch out for these people. I'm telling you, some of these people are my blood family members. I've fucking dealt with them. And if you don't think your family will do it to you, okay? If your family will do it to you, don't think a stranger won't. Well, who's spitting the truth today? Ace of Swords. Yeah, you're winning, and there's nothing they can do about it. There's no lie they can tell. There's no manipulation tactic they can try and pull on you. Oh, you love me? You do? Is that why you kept sticking your dick in that other woman or other man? Okay? Is that how you demonstrate love? Maybe in the underworld. So go practice in the underworld, karmic, if that's what you want to do. But you're not bringing it to this collective. No, you're not. No, you are not. Oh, boy. Well, some of us have other advantages of some of us have had advantages over the course of our life. Like people handing you money hand over fist. I know I've given some of these people money hand over and fist, and you know what they've done with it? I'd rather go into any local tavern and tip those people than give it to some of the fucks I've given my money to over the course of my life, family included. Two of Wands. Yeah, again, I feel like there's people wanting to nudge you, wanting to move you, but you're not budging. Okay? Yeah. I feel like you're taking your time with these decisions. Yeah, you're not announcing these big moves. But, you know, do you have options? Sure. Do you have to exercise those options? No. You can exercise them whenever you want. This is the power you now have. And it's not, you know, it's kind of like the Wizard of Oz, right? It's like you didn't really lose your power. You just didn't realize you kind of had it. Like you had it all along, right? So let's get some clarification on this outcome with the Eight of Swords here, because I am definitely not feeling that this is you guys at all. It's, you know, all these other people getting their little panties in a twist, right? mean, and if you're worried about some tarot reader reading your energy, you need to go through the airport security and worry about that, because when they x-ray you, they see everything. So, you know, then there's people out here scared of tarot readers. Like, really? I ain't looking at your naked ass. I don't fucking want to. Okay? Good Lord. People are so dumb. Page of Cups. I can't, you guys. It's just okay. These are the that really think they're something. You know what I mean? They really think they're something. And somewhere they probably are, and to somebody they probably are. I'm not gonna, not give them that. But when it comes to the practical world and what people actually find useful, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I can probably live without watching the Kardashians, I can probably live without watching the Weather Channel too, but I actually like the Weather Channel. Not to pick on the Kardashians. It's easy to pick on Kardashians, right? They're billionaires. But do you know what I'm saying? It's just, that's the kind of energy that's like trying to compete with you guys. And it's just like, well, back in the real world, the Knight of Pentacles is getting the job done, right? So I feel like, collective, possibly you are planting a new seed with somebody that's stable. Okay. I don't think you're falling for some of these kind of offers that people are going to put in front of you. For some of them, you might express it. It's dead on arrival, like why are you messaging me type thing, or yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and pull some Moonology cards since we did just have that full moon. See what else comes out of this for you guys. So I feel like, collective, it's kind of like, you've been in the full moon readings were about this too. It's like you've been working on your manifestations. They've come in here on this full moon. Now you might have some choices to make, right? You're not in a rush about it. But other people are going to be scrambling, right? But don't feel, I don't think you're feeling the rush. I really don't. So, again, if it's one of those things where it's like, like you're at work and all the people around you are, it's like you got to go to a conference room to get away from them so you can freaking concentrate and do your work, right? It's like, and they wonder why working at home is popular. You might be able to get something accomplished. Hold your vision. Yeah, that's what you've been doing. That's what you did. You done did it. You done did the thing. Because look what's ahead. 4 Wands. You're like, yeah, I do have a vision for my future. Has anybody else been concerned about your future lately, collective? Can you count them on one hand? I bet you can, right? And for some people, it ain't even their parents or their brother or your sister or whoever. Sometimes those are the people working actively against you. There's a difference, too, between not supporting someone and being actively against them. The people that are actively against you, those are the people that are going to be experiencing the karma, Some people, they're just busy. They got their own lives. They're just not engaged. You know what I mean? I don't feel like that's what we're talking about here. I'm talking about the people that are like, when I pulled that gremlin card the other day, they're like, it's going a little too well for the collective, right? I don't know, maybe my 500-pound life wasn't on that day, so they just felt like they had to do something, okay? But this is the mentality. So you holding your vision, definitely the right way to go. The right way to go. Luck is on. You guys, I keep getting this card every single time. This is crazy. Luck is on your side. I almost did like a pre-pull on this. Like, just, I wanted to do a reading specifically about, this is Wow. So if you're not feeling it yet, but you're like, something's going to happen, right? That this is why. This is why. Because luck is on your side. Okay. You've been doing the things, right? You're putting in the hours, right? You're, you know, you're putting in the hours, you're making the progress. You know, you might have a setback here, but then you make progress the next day, right? It's that slow build versus the people that are like, oh, I want to be like the Kardashian. You know what I mean? Without realizing that, well, I don't know, like they were born into like a famous law family for one, and were married to celebrities for two. And do you know what I'm saying? Like there's a whole lot of things there in that situation that most people don't even have, right? So the fact that they were able to have some fame, you know, via the momager is not that surprising. Not saying there wasn't work involved. Experience what people see, the razzle dazzle, right? And you're like, do you even know what it takes to make a razzle dazzle happen? You know? Adjustments are required. Yeah, these people might have to make some adjustments with your absence, basically. And for you, there are adjustments required as well because you're stepping into gifts that you haven't been able to express previously, perhaps. Um, and as you do express these things, you know, it might be like one of those days when you're like, oh, this was supposed to be fun, right? Well, you know, maybe take a break from it and then come back to the next day, right? Don't put all that pressure on yourself to be perfect, right? Because you're not little Jimmy who had 5 times already to get the prayer right. You're little Susie who's just trying it for the first time. Okay? So you might need to adjust your expectation of yourself as this rolls through. Okay? Let's get one more, please, for this collective. Your dreams need a practical plan, Taurus. So, yeah, I feel like a lot of people are wanting to get in on your plans, right? Okay, but some of them might, you know, just not be qualified. Okay, so if they don't fit the mold that you've made for your achievement, they're going to have to find their own route. Okay, and make their own plan and own path, right? So this is the time, collective, when you say, look, I know you have great ideas, or you might have great ideas, but right now we're playing my game. So you can either play my game or you go somewhere else. But don't think you're going to throw your wrenches at my game and screw it up, because it's not happening. I have a practical plan. Part of the reason I'm where I'm at now is because I had a practical plan back then. Might not have been telling everybody about it. Might not have been telling everybody about it. But, you know, sometimes when you tell people your plans, what happens? They like to shit all over it. Okay. So, continuing on. I'm going to go ahead and get into this conversation deck. You can do better than me. Well, if they're the people that aren't supporting you, then abso-friggin-lutely you can do better than them, can you not? But they see this outcome, it's like some of those people are going to want to take you back to that. Like, oh, you can't do it without, you can't do without me. You can't do that on your own. Like, who do you think you are? Reaching new heights, right? But all along, really, I mean, this isn't just romantic. Like, this could be a work situation. These could be friends. These could be family. I know it's upsetting, guys, for some of you, especially people that you perhaps cared about, would go literally to the ends of the earth for. And then when you realize they wouldn't even cross the street for you. See how my hand just closed up? Yeah, that's what happens. And then they're here sitting there, oh, but you got something in there. I want it. Oh, give it. What do you think they're going to do with it? And then even if you go like this, they'll say, oh, well, that's not fair. What do they want, your fucking hand? Right? There's a hand. Some of these people really need to get off their lazy asses and go to work. And if you think that's a political statement, go look up the stats. There's just as many. It don't matter what party you're registered for. There's all sorts of people on help. Some of those people actually need those help, and some of those people don't give a fuck. Okay? And some of those people don't want to go and sign up for help. They'd rather, sponge off of you. I had one of those. I made him go down to the office and sign up because I'm like, no, you need to get this under control. This is on you, pal. Why are you so thirsty? Yeah. Collective, if you are staying in contact with some of these people, you might want to ask yourself, are you really that thirsty? Because trust me, what looks good on the outside, once you bring it home, right? What was the big Evil Knievel motorcycle that all the kids wanted, right? And then you get it home and it's like, well, it doesn't really jump that high and it doesn't do all that stuff by itself, right? So yeah, there could be people posting their little thirst traps, right? Trying to say, oh, well, you're going to need help, collective, with all these new plans that you have, right? Well, I might, but that doesn't mean I'm going to get help from losers and thieves. I ain't that thirsty. Maybe it just takes you like 6 months longer to get it done. That might be part of your practical plan. Again, remember, allow yourself the grace. Maybe you've never started a business before. Whatever you're doing, starting a business, maybe you've never done that before, right? Again, little Susie, give yourself a break because you've never done that before. And Jimmy over there that's had 5 times practicing, and he still doesn't either. Oh, really? Now, why are we comparing ourselves to Jimmy again? Please do like the video if you're in the chat, or subscribe to the channel. It helps pass the messages around to those who need them. If it's not your message today, don't sweat it. It's just not your message. You may be a highly sensitive person or an empathic person, okay? I want you to meet my friends. This is very interesting. Who is this collective? One more. I feel like it has to do with this 4 of Wands. Because whoever is with you in this 4 of Wands, they are like about the support. They are about the community. They are You know, there's a lot of people that preach about community. A lot of religious people preach about that, don't they? Oh, yes, we have to support everyone in our church community. Again, did they support you when you needed that help? Did they ever pray for you a good prayer? Or were they like, nah, just a waste of time? All right. So who are their friends, right? I mean, I've gone out with those guys. It's like, man, if you treat me like this, I sure as hell don't want to meet anybody you're running around with. I don't want anything to do with you or your family because you're a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry, pal. I ain't... You can cry your eyes out about your dog, about your stepkid, about anything. That doesn't mean I'm going to go and sleep with you. These manipulative tactics. I only want to make you happy. Somebody's here, collective, that's admiring you. All right? I feel like they've seen some of the things that you've gone through, and they are... They just... I feel like their intentions are good about wanting to help you, okay? That's what I'm getting here. Yeah, are you going to have the people that are like, oh, pick me, pick me, pick me? But again, you're looking for that strong base. And I think your discernment through this reading has shown that you're able to do that. I'm going to get some light worker cards for you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and close out the reading. Oh my god, you guys, the movie that's on TV right now is showing a blockbuster video. Do you guys remember Blockbuster Video? That's great. Anyway, what are the final messages here for this collective today? Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution. Expression. Express yourself. Right? Okay. You know, maybe you're not a chatty Cathy. People be like, well, you know, so-and-so, they don't really say much. Okay, that doesn't mean you don't got nothing going on in your freaking brain. Again, people are really stupid. Okay? So, I mean, you could have a freaking novel written by now, and these people wouldn't even know. Oh, my God. I can't. You guys, I gotta make this quick because the phone is, like, really dying here. I don't know why it's like that. Last couple times I've done these readings, and the phone power is just... Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Yeah. You've been tapping in, tapping in, tapping in. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the fact that you've been pouring into yourself is part of the reason why people be like, oh, well, I need that. I want that. So, you know, God forbid you ever give to yourself for a change, right? See, that's what some of these religious types want out of you, too. They want all your money. They want all your time. They don't want you to have a life. They don't want you to have, like, happiness. They want you to experience suffering. They think some way that is obeying God. And unfortunately, it holds people back from their true purpose in life. Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Yeah. You know the types. Oh, I worked so hard today, and I'm so busy tomorrow, and I'm exhausted just listening to you. I got shit to do too, but you know what? I also like to take breaks and watch movies sometimes. Back in the day, we got them from Blockbuster Video. Okay? Tell these people to chill the F out. Damn. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Yeah, they need to chill out because your soul has things to do, to accomplish. That doesn't include them. God forbid, again, they're not the center of frickin' attention. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave it there. When it comes to karmics, stand up to them. Don't let them run over you. Remember what they're about versus what you're about, okay? They're about helping themselves. You're about helping yourselves and others, right? That's why it's called a collective, because we actually see beyond just the immediate, right? But for some of these people, their immediate is like, I have to have that Chanel bag. Give me $500 now, or whatever the hell it costs. I don't even know. I don't have any Chanel bags. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not anti-Chanel, but you know, just saying. Life is about choices. Don't make their choices your choices. Why? Because they're crying about it? Maybe they can call some little starving kid over in India and cry about how they don't have a Chanel bag. And ask them if, you know, anybody over there gives a fuck. I gotta get out of this, you guys. Take it easy. Bye.